Frieda. Ja. Jo. Ich werde jetzt mal schauen, dass ich vielleicht ein oder zwei Level aufsteige und dann bei dem Bossfight nochmal, dann sollte der, glaube ich, ganz gut gehen. Maybe. Aber ich habe, glaube ich, fast kein Geld. Von dem her, glaube ich, kann ich das noch schon irgendwo. Kann ich irgendwo mein Geld noch schauen? Das. Ach, hier, 7000. Okay. Okay, 7000 geht sogar fast. Das habe ich, glaube ich, vorher schon getan, wenn ich mich nicht täusche. Also ich wüsste eigentlich. Oh. Oh, habe ich das vor dem Save Point gemacht? Ha. Ha. Ich glaube trotzdem, dass ein Level nicht schaden würde. Ich meine, ich glaube, wenn ich das richtig gesehen habe, sind wir ja eh schon bei der Hälfte. Das heißt, allzu lange sollte das Level jetzt auch nicht dauern. Pass auf Rimwell. Rimwell wird... Ja, dann vielleicht ignoriere ich Rimwell, lass alle anderen aufsteigen. Und Rimwell bleibt halt dann Level 19. Oh nee, ich muss jetzt wieder durch das Labyrinth navigieren. Oh no. Gar keine Lust. Ach, warte mal. Ach, ich bin hier ja vor dem Bossraum. Ach so, deswegen. Warte mal. Komme ich dann nicht mehr zurück? Das kann eigentlich gar nicht sein. Ah, ich kann hier runterspringen. Oh, ich mach's einfach mal. So, jetzt sind hier keine Gegner mehr. Da hinten.
Managed to pull through.
Ah, da ist einer.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me.
I'll run you through. In here.
Dragon Swarm.
Hit it work. Here, let me help.
Here I come. It's over.
More where that came from.
Eat that.
Burning
Astral Arts.
That's my cue.
Shut him down. Escape.
No.
Dragon Swarm. No escape. Try harder.
Here I go. You're
You're mine.
Wait, now.
It's ill.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Okay.
An opponent like this should be easy. Dragon Swarm! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! Sonic Thrust!
Equally melee cute stuff, but they're big.
Here I come! Escape! Eagle Fly! Dragon Swarm! Not a chance! I'm not done! Sonic Thrust!
Dance in the
All
wind.
did you hear it? Dragon Swarm!
Eagle Fly. More for the stockpile. Now,
Here I come! Chill!
this ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Ich glaube, ich brauche so eigentlich sogar länger, den Kampf abzuschließen, wenn ich einfach draufhauen würde.
I need to be stronger.
Okay, Shion ist zumindest schon mal 20. Warum ist Shion eigentlich ein höheres Level wie Alphen? Oh, wobei, warte mal doch. Ich glaube, ich weiß sogar warum. Damn. So.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
Ach, meint sie den da?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Ja, dann nehmen wir mal den Skill weg.
Sonic Thrust! Take this! First strike! Take this! Watch this! Dragon Swarm!
Also gibt es auch shiny Gegner. Interessant.
Don't get complacent.
So, hier irgendwo noch Gegner. Ah, fuck, wie bin ich da jetzt nochmal hoch? Wie bin ich da nochmal hochgekommen? Ich muss ein bisschen außen rumlaufen, ne? Coolen Shit, okay.
No holding back.
Ah, nice. Oh, echt, lol.
You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
Wirklich, Rimba. Gibt's mir echt Tutorials.
Sonic Thrust! It's over! Eagle Fly! Tear you apart! Take this! Dragon Swarm! Pierce through! No escape! Tear! First strike! Talon Storm! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Sonic Thrust! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Oh. Okay, es war falsche Richtung.
I can feel my power growing!
So. Dann bleibt jetzt nur noch Lore ein bisschen was und dann. Genau, dann gehe ich shoppen und dann gucken wir mal, ob's schon reicht.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. Dragon Swarm! You're finished!
Oh,
You're mine! Megasonic Thrust! Hit a word! Earth
Bleib da.
Here I come!
Raging storm.
Did you hear it now? Dragon Swarm!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
Warte mal, bin ich hier überhaupt... Oh.
I won't forgive you.
Ich habe das Gefühl nämlich, dass ich falsch bin.
Not on my watch. Laser spear.
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! It's over!
What is getting started?
Next! Take this!
Mega ray. Radiant
You're mine!
energy.
Hurricane! Here! Glimmer Dragon! No escape!
Tempest whirl.
Nee, warte mal, ich muss glaube ich
Looks like we won.
muss hier lang, genau.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Here! Dragon Swarm! I'll run you through it! It's over! You're mine!
Pierce evil.
I'm not done! Here I come! No escape! It's over! My turn! Here I come! Mirage! You're mine! It's over! Pass through! Take this! No escape! Dragon
Nicely done.
Ich hoffe, ich bin immer noch richtig. Ja, schaut gut aus. War hier nicht eigentlich irgendwo noch ein Händler? Warte mal, ich speichere mal schnell. Hä, war hier nicht ein Händler noch?
So there really is an underground lake here. Tell me, where's the medical?
Nee, kann ich das nicht skippen.
It's not here. In fact, it never even existed in the first place.
But I've seen people carried in here with my own eyes. Where could they have all gone?
The answer is right in front of you.
Kannst du
You
skippen.
need but open your eyes.
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say?
Normalerweise ist es entweder Escape, Leertaste oder Maustaste. Mit denen habe ich es eigentlich geskippt. Ich kann ja schnell mal versuchen.
What's left when matter ceases to be matter?
Ach so, überspringen. Stupid. Okay, aber ich muss jetzt schnell mal... So, okay. Hier war doch ein Händler zuvor.
But we need your help. We gotta get him under control.
Damn! As if he wasn't already strong enough.
Pray forgive me, my lord.
Searing flame. Reload.
Der wird doch gleich chargen, oder? Ach nein, der macht das.
That rock is huge.
Watch out, everyone!
Wow.
Raging cat healing circle.
I really know you won. You're finished!
Lightning orb.
Talon Hurricane!
Here I go.
Dragon Swarm!
Gale force.
Dragon Swarm! Megaton Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Lightning. Laser spear. Pierce evil. Raging
Wow. Ah.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Aber irgendwie machen die mystischen Artes gar nicht mal so viel Schaden. Hat das gezählt? Nein, ich glaube nicht.
Stay away from my friend!
Wow, ich bin auch tot. Toll.
Charge attack.
Nothing gets through me. This I swear.
This should do it!
I'll bring you back from death abyss. I'll bring you back from death abyss. Resuscitation. I'll heal you all. I feel nothing left in me. Here, let me help.
Nothing gets by me.
Das hat doch gezählt, oder?
Stop moving! Get him down!
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Wacky. Es hat keiner funktioniert, sagen wir es mal so. Ich hab doch... Ah, okay. Es scheint... jetzt tatsächlich funktioniert zu haben. Ich hab nix. Oh. Dem konnte nicht ausweichen.
Say no more! Here I come! Sonic thrust!
Nein, macht's, okay. Oh Gott. Nee, Rimble. Steel, please. Could you stop, please? Das war nicht schön. Es hat letztes Mal auch absolut nicht funktioniert, den Angriff abzubrechen. Ich habe auch bald keine HP mehr übrig. Not nice. Okay, das war... Ja, das war schlecht.
This isn't looking good.
Okay. Muss mich so heilen. Ja, ich brauch das da. Ja, ich könnte ausweichen, aber ich hab's nicht geschafft. Ja, ich würde halt... Oh ja, Stunlock mich. Fuck you. Ja, Stunlock mich. Gott, ey. Warte mal, ich kann ja theoretisch... ich kann ja Law wieder beleben.
I was overconfident.
Okay. Habe ich eigentlich noch... Nee, habe ich nicht. Jetzt ist Law und Rimwell tot. Mann, ey. Keine Ahnung, schieß einfach mal drauf. Wird sicherlich helfen. Be nature. Nochmal. Okay. Mach das jetzt nochmal. Okay, cool. Komm, kannst du aufhören? Can you stop?
Commander of Heaven, Phoenix Cyclone.
Okay.
Are you all right? What was that just now? I understand this is a lot for you to take in, but Miguel trusted you.
Impossible. I have no such power. Truth be told, I never wanted this. I never wanted to be a lord. However, competing for a position in the crown contest was required of me, and in the process, I took the life of a dear friend. The life I took and the bloodshed, the hatred that it earned me. It was far more than I could ever bear. But the screams and tears of the slaves, they would reawaken my memories of that day. The memories of my friend's scream, and the tears of the one who mourned him. I couldn't take it any longer. I didn't want to remember.
So that's it? That's the real reason you freed the Danans? Just so you wouldn't have to listen to their screams?
Wait. So everything you've done...
Precisely. It was simply to distance myself from all the pain and death, all for my own selfish ends. And if it made everyone happy in the process, then that was just an added benefit. Or perhaps I truly did believe in those ideals at one point. But living up to them was never my aim.
Impossible. Your dream of coexistence? The ideals that you always championed? So you're saying that everything you stood for? You're saying it was all just a self-obsessed lie? Tell me it isn't true, Lord Dohalim. Because my brother believed in you in your dream!
Forgive me.
So this is who you really are?
Stop!
Let go! Let me go! Let me go!
It's enough, Kisara!
Let go!
Stop!
I'll tear him apart! I swear I'll...
Are you trying to ignore your brother's dying wish? He entrusted you with his dream!
Just kill me. I'm nothing. I am but a shell of a man now. I'm just a pitiful coward who shrank from his duties. I would only ask that you make it quick.
This man... This is the person my brother died for. And for what? For what? I need you to get out of my sight right now. Go, before I change my mind!
Are you feeling any better?
Yeah, a little. Thanks.
What are we gonna do now?
I still have unfinished business with Dohalim.
He's a world away from the Lord Balsef was. There's no need for us to fight him, Shion.
In case you've forgotten, Guys! I think something's going on outside.
Das hört sich nicht gut an.
Kisara! There you are!
What's happening?
Kelzelik has started an insurrection. He's driving all of the Danans out of the palace.
What? Has he lost his mind? What about Lord Dohalim?
We don't know where he is, Captain. We thought maybe you would.
No, I don't. I haven't seen him since we were inside the quarry.
Damn. Well, either way, I wouldn't go near the palace. Any suspected Renan sympathizers are being arrested on sight. This whole thing is a powder keg about to explode. Best prepare for the worst.
I guess not all of the Renans here like the idea of coexisting with the Danans after all.
So this is it. This is the real Menancia.
Are you giving up?
On what? This realm is already finished. It perished along with my brother's dream.
That's a shame. And I guess all the people who believed in that dream are on their own out there, aren't they? Not all of the Renan sided with Kelzelik. There's still hope, Kisara. Your brother's dream is only dead when there's nobody left who believes in it. Am I wrong?
You're right. I'm going to the palace. I need to see what's happening there with my own eyes. What are you all doing?
I thought it was pretty clear. We're coming with you.
I appreciate the thought, really. But there's no need for you all to get involved in this.
Dohalim said it himself, right? All of us. We're liberators.
Thank you.
Will things be okay in the city?
I'm concerned about that as well. But for now, let us get to the palace.
Right. We'd best clamp down on things at the source before they get out of control.
The fact the enemy's holding themselves up tells me they're not exactly happy to see us.
Then we'd better go in prepared for whatever welcome we get.
We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you dropped the sir?
He always treated us Danans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too.
Ja, ja, es ist sehr dringend, aber ich schlafe erst mal in der Nacht. Und vielleicht mal oh Gott, die Dinger kosten sehr viel. Warte mal, habe ich nicht vorher mehr Waffen gesehen, die ich gehabt haben soll? Okay, den habe ich doppelt. Kann ich ja nicht auch verkaufen. Okay, ich würde eigentlich nur einmal Escape droppen spielen, danke. Die Dinger sind halt sehr teuer. Aber ich glaube, ich sollte mir trotzdem 2 oder so kaufen. Oh Gott, es gäbe neue Rüstung. Ich warte da drauf nochmal.
I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Dafür müsste ich mich jetzt verschlossen. Dafür müsste ich mich jetzt eigentlich erstmal auskennen. Schauen wir mal, wo wir überhaupt reingehen können. Da können wir rein.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Well, let's give it a try and find out!
You sure about that? From what I hear, that thing can stop even a cannonball.
On second thought, let's see if there's a release mechanism somewhere.
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugl.
An invisible Zeugl?
We'd better be careful in any
Boah,
case.
das wäre...
I'd rather we not find out after it.
Das wäre ziemlich ungeil. Okay, dann gucken wir mal, ob wir den Release Mechanism finden.
Right.
Right.
Komm.
Looks like some solid
Rüstung.
equipment.
Oh, okay. Dann ist es... Für wen? Ah, okay. Sonst scheint es hier nichts mehr zu geben. Okay. Geschlossen, okay. Oh, sad.
Little help! Where are you going?
Ist das aufgehalten? Ich glaube nicht.
Glacial spear.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Okay, La und Alfenstein tatsächlich bald auf.
You know, the more I think about it, this palace is way too big for its own good.
Tell me about it. Plus, where the hell were these soldiers and Zeugles all this time?
Normally, the Zeugles are kept in specialized training facilities and only get let out in cases of emergency.
Like this one, for instance? Give me a break.
No choice. I see one, eh? Try harder.
You'll have no mercy.
Reicht zu langsam.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. Now.
Armor won't save you!
My shield. You're mine.
Glacial spear. Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. I can feel my
Okay.
power growing.
Ist dann hier das Büro? Oh, ein Schlüssel. Schatzkammer. Okay. Ja, mit mal was den Tag unüberschaubarer. Verschenkte sie Gewarenmenge hatten im Gegenzug aber nur einen Gedienteil zweifelhaft waren.
So what is Mahag Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
Okay, cool, wir haben den Schlüssel. Ah, okay. Cool. Ja, okay. Kommt her.
Megasonic thrust.
They really don't give up, do they?
Healing Circle, yeah.
Don't get careless.
Apfel. Ein Stuhl. Achso, auf den Stuhl. Okay. Ihr wisst, welchen Raum ihr aus ihm findet.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on.
Okay, da kommen wir bloß wieder raus.
little help.
Bring him down! I'll punch that gun out of your hand! Engaging! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like we won.
So, da kommen wir wahrscheinlich bloß wieder raus, ja. Da ist auch eine Barriere. Aber das sind noch 2 Türen. Okay, die ist stark bewacht. Aha, das ist das Büro. Okay.
Out of our way. Not on my watch. You think that shield will save you?
I see one, eh? Mind freeze!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Strong! Split it open!
Be my guest.
My dear mind!
Kann ich damit eigentlich mehrere treffen? Vielleicht.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here I go. Pounce this. Back into the fray. It was nice by the power.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
Das sind nochmal 3.
Little help. Sleep now.
I won't show you any mercy!
Here's the evil. Laser spear. Pierce the Freeze Lancer. Get to the wind.
No escape! You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Glimmer Dragon! Take this! I really owe you one. You're finished!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Das ist wieder ein Schlüssel.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Okay, sonst gibt's nichts. Ah, das ist alles Zimmer. Und da stehen natürlich Wachen davor. Ah, kann mich nicht vorbeischleichen.
Take down their defenses!
I'm all stuck with annihilation.
It's almost too strong! It'll split it open! Fire! Be my guest! Carve through armor! Like steel? Dragon Swarm! Eagle Dive! You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Okay.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Oh. Cool, kann er nicht aufhalten.
It's over. I'm on it.
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Gut, in den Baracken war ich ja schon. Oder? Ich glaube, ich war in den Baracken schon. Ich war da noch mit drin. Ich meine, ich kann noch mal nachschauen, weil jetzt... Oh doch, da war ich schon. Jetzt, wo wir ja die Textbox hatten. Vielleicht kommt jetzt was. Wo waren die Baracken? Da ganz hinten. Aber nö, hier gibt's nichts Neues, glaube ich. Ja, hier war die Nachricht, okay. Dann das andere war Konferenzraum, gell? Und schau ich da mal vorbei, der war auf der anderen Seite, okay. Nein, was wird das hier? Der hier? Ja, Konferenzraum. Boah, dann schalten wir die zweimal aus. Ja, bist aber nicht ready, Bramwell. I'm sorry.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Mal war ich hier schon. Scheint war ich hier schon mal. Nur vermisst die
Look, another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it.
Warte mal, das heißt, wir müssen jetzt ja wieder zurück. Oder? Oder sehe ich das gerade falsch? Na, warte mal, wir müssen ins Office zurück. Nicht hierhin. Büro. Nein, nicht Speisesaal. Büro, genau.
Even if Daemons and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisara.
Boah, ich habe jetzt aber doch bloß einen nachgemachten Schlüssel gefunden. Ich sehe jetzt gerade nicht, wer mir da helfen soll. Gemächer des Lords. Oh Gott, das ist eine große Gruppe. Gottes Willen. So, ich glaube, das hat alle getroffen. Glaube ich. Oh, warte mal, ist der Shiny? Ja, der ist Shiny. Cool. Pfirsichschilde. Ah, dafür habe ich den Schlüssel gebraucht. Okay, okay. Ah, und da ist ein Bedienfeld. I see. Oh Gott, da ist ein... Ich nehme auch so hier... Man kann ich jetzt was mit dem drin machen? Nö, nix. Sonst gibt's hier nichts. Okay, ich will aber speichern, bevor ich... jetzt das hier betätige.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go.
Und wenn es schon da am Boden liegt, sollte ich es, glaube ich, vielleicht auch hernehmen. Ich habe ja zuvor gespeichert. Schauen wir mal. Geht's denn hier eigentlich hin? Ah, das ist die Schatzkammer. Okay. So. Okay. Ich glaube, ich sollte die Caster zuerst ausschalten. Keine Ahnung. Ich kann nichts machen. Oh Mann.
Here's a healing arm. Sleep now. Astral energy.
Say no more. Onward and upward.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Okay, hier sind wieder Waffen, sonst nichts. Okay, naja, gut. Wir haben eine Rüstung gefunden. Ist doch schon mal was. Habe ich keinen Ton? Ich glaube, das soll so sein.
Well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool. I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the Sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel. My brother. He dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
It can hide itself from me?
Ich glaube, das ist nicht der richtige Zeitpunkt, um das Ding zu loben.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Here I come! Whirlwind snap! Pierce through!
Raging storm! Searing flame!
Strike!
Searing in the wind!
Talon
In
Hurricane!
here!
I'm not
I'm
done!
out of ammo!
Eagle on a roll now! Here I come! I'm not done!
Annihilation! Thunderblade! Let the captain fall! In here! Annihilation! I'll be saving this one! Light after hurricane! More where that came from! Raging storm!
First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Lightning raging cascade!
You're finished!
In here!
You're mine!
I'll
You're
be
finished!
saving this one!
Dragon Swarm!
Gale Force! More where that came from!
You're mine!
In the wind!
You're finished!
Sleep now! More for the stockpile! Lunar blast!
I'm not done!
Lightning
You're
orb!
mine! You're finished! Pierce through!
Thank you.
Talon Storm!
Lightning! Downfall!
Talon Hurricane! You're mine!
Light after
You're
wind!
finished!
Raging cascade!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Tectonic blast! Annihilation!
Blow away! You're finished!
More where that came from!
Take it! It's over!
I'm almost getting started!
Megasonic Thrust! Try
Lightning
harder!
orb! Annihilation! Light dance in the wind!
You're done! Take it!
Shield!
You're finished!
More for the stockpile! I'll cover you!
Take it! No escape!
It's weakened!
It ends now!
Raging cascade!
That's much
First aid!
You're mine! You're mine!
Tectonic blast!
Here I come!
I'll heal you all! Raging cascade!
Nice while it lasted.
Here I come!
Talon Storm!
No escape!
Healing circle!
I'll cover you.
Recover! River thrust! More where that came from! Here's a healing arm!
Tear you apart! I'll finish you here and now!
Lightning! Lightning! Raging cascade!
Okay.
I'll tear you apart! Take it! Whirlwind snap! Here I come!
Healing Now!
Look sharp!
So, dann schauen wir mal, was in der Second Phase passiert. Ah, er hat hier seinen Schwachpunkt wieder. Ist ja klar. Aha, jemand hat ein Item hergenommen. Können wir vielleicht auch mal...
Boy, they should all burn out. This should do it.
I'll bring you back from death to biz.
Gott, können die Dinger sterben, bitte? Das ist ja Wahnsinn.
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll bring you back from death to biz.
It's over.
Just fucking die already.
Still got some fight left in me. Healing circle.
Try harder. I'm on it.
Raging cascade.
This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get the
Oh,
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
okay. Falsche Tasten. Oh, ich habe auf...
Focus, Ringwell. If you can't...
Wie habe ich das gemacht? Ah, okay. Cool. Hab ich gar nicht gewusst.
Stay away from my friend.
Okay, Rimwell, dann bleibst du halt tot.
Sonic Thrust. Eat this. Sonic Thrust. Dragon Swarm.
Ach, Shion auch. Wahnsinn, ey.
Ready to go. I'm just getting started. Mega red. Eagle thrust. Annihilation. I'll bring you back from
comes something big!
Try to dodge!
I'm on it!
Ach, es ist Steuerung.
You're my healing heart! Lightning Blade! Here I come! Pierce through! Dragon Swarm! Try harder!
Natural energy!
Glimmer Dragon!
First aid! Right! Into the shadow!
First strike! Watch this!
Photon blast! Lightning Blade!
Eagle Fly!
Thunderblade! Here's a healing art!
You're mine!
That was fun!
It's over!
Shion ist fast tot.
Now! Freely!
Take it down!
Here I come!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Freeze Lancer!
Okay, no.
Ready to go!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Freeze Lancer! Here's the Lightning Hurricane! Thunderblade! Reload!
I'm on it!
Oh no. I'm paralyzed. Okay, haben wir noch. Ja, haben wir noch.
I'll show you just how strong my arts really are.
Take this!
Astral arts? That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Healing circle.
Dragon Swarm!
Here comes Dance in the Wind. Air thrust. Let it go. Dance in the Wind.
It's over!
I'm on air thrust.
Try harder!
That move.
Try! Here comes a big one!
Da habe ich das. Ja, ich hab's ready.
Not today! Take this! Strike! Pierce through! Dragon Swarm! First strike! Come and get it! You're mine! It's over! Talon Hurricane! Now you see what I
Kann man es damit stoppen? Nö, kann man nicht. Okay, war also nicht so stark. Okay, puh.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Das ist komisch gestorben.
You filthy slaves are despicable.
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship. Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
They can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Mahag Saar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahag Saar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
Nice, Käsefondue.
What's Kisara going to do now?
Oh no.
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Wir haben ja jetzt einen neuen Charakter so gesehen. Heißt das, wir müssen gegen Kisara jetzt eine Tutorial-Fight machen?
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
Hier ist sonst wahrscheinlich nichts, ne? Gut. Ja, wir haben mehr Wasser. Mit Fischen. Ja, wir könnten angeln. Ja gut, dann schauen wir mal, wer da draußen auf uns wartet. Nobody? Ich frage mich, ob wir sie finden können. No, warte mal, wo sind die? Konferenzraum. Vielleicht ist sie in den Baracken. Ich glaube es zwar nicht, aber wir können ja mal schnell gucken. No, hier ist keiner. Bis auf eine Putzfrau. Nö, ist ja auch nicht. Oh well. Gehen wir einfach raus. Vielleicht wartet sie ja da draußen. Ja, auch nicht. Lass mich durch.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but We were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elde Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part. That you fight alongside me. Not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
Nice. Gott, ich hatte Punkte zu verteilen. Mach ich mal anders.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before. But looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elde Menancia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalek even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Gut, dann gehen wir auf zum nächsten Gebiet. Oh Gott, hier ist irgendwo eine Eule.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
There's something in the water.
Really?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Yay, fishing tutorial. Eine Auswahl von Fischen, andere Fische anweisen und das neue Fische sie einholen. Okay, dann. Aha.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this.
Ah, okay.
Reel it in.
Okay, das Angelminispiel ist strange.
Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work.
Okay, ich will es nochmal machen. Mal Köder auswählen. Cool. Oh nee.
Where should I cast my line? Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice, you caught it.
Cool. Okay, das ist aber genug.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
Cool, angeln. Oh no.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Wow, den Shit, den ich bekommen habe, ist einfach schlechter. Thank you.
You guys want to rest here?
Was?
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Ich sehe gerade. Okay. Sieht interessant aus. Okay. Okay, schauen wir Dohalim.
Care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
Für mich hat der... Nein, hat aber bestimmt Rüstungen im Angebot. Okay, die sind schlecht. Die ist besser. Okay, ich habe aber fast kein Geld. Haha. Ich kann Waffen verbessern. Also, verbesserte Varianten. Aber wir können zumindest das machen.
always loved the sound of hammers banging the way. Hey.
Okay.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place. All right.
There's nowhere to run from my arc. When he slows down, that's our chance.
Here I It's like trying to keep up with the wall.
In a bind? Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah.
Oh Mann. Muss ich ziehen? Okay, aha. Es hat also nicht gezählt, dass ich zweimal den gleichen nehme.
of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Glacial Spear. Pierce Evil. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Du kannst jetzt 6 zusätzliche Artes wählen. Da geht Artes Menü G. Matrix. Ja.
I sense a strange power from this.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
I've got a really bad
Oh, Level 26. Und Rinwell ist not ready. Okay, ja, das ist, glaube ich, tatsächlich gar nicht so nice.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. One Astrolander
Do it! Pierce, Ysara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Lightning condemned.
I'm on it!
You're on. I'm all stopped up. Annihilation. We're in the home stretch, guys. What she said. That
Focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
In here.
I'm not done!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Okay, das war nett ohne. Okay, hier geht's sogar tatsächlich weiter. Ich ging davon aus, dass es in der einen Höhle da hinten weitergehen würde. Vielleicht hinten auch mal schnell vorbei. Das gefällt mir persönlich tatsächlich nicht so. Kann ich die ein bisschen weglocken? Okay, einer.
Don't be such a pessimist. I'll heal you all.
SG Airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
It's over! First strike! Sonic thrust! Talon hurricane! Dragon swarm!
Annihilation!
We did my turn! Here I come! You're finished! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Here I come! I'm on! It's over!
Now or never.
Dragon swarm! Pierce through!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Nicely done.
Ah, bleibt nur noch einer übrig.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Annihilation!
Ah, er ist wieder ready.
Sonic thrust! Here I come! Dragon swarm! It's over!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
This is barely target practice.
Then why bother fighting them?
Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
Okay. Ein bisschen Gold. Auch nicht schlecht. Ah.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Okay, das sind 27.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Level 27 mir doch ein bisschen,
Builds up a sweat.
bisschen
Rest assured,
zu
we've
viel.
reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So it's still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
Shit.
I have a bad feeling.
Ach, ist es nur einer? You're dead. Gott, okay, der ist trotzdem ziemlich stark. Also hält zumindest ziemlich viel aus. Könnte sein, dass ich ein bisschen stark unter Level gerade bin für das Gebiet.
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Naja. Oh Gott, das sind 4 von denen. Oh Gott, die kommen.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
So, ich glaube, ich habe ein Kleidungsstück gefunden. Ich muss mal schnell schauen, für wen das ist. Okay. Und was sonst eigentlich noch was? Nö. Wo geht's hier dann eigentlich weiter? Ich glaube, hier geht's gar nicht weiter. Sondern wahrscheinlich hier lang. Ne, ich muss die andere Leiter nehmen. So, ich würde jetzt eigentlich noch gerne nur bis zum nächsten Gebiet kommen und dann dort aufhören. Ist ja sonst nichts. Okay.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldomenencia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood.
In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it? No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Oh. Schauen wir mal. Oder vielleicht gehe ich nur bis zum nächsten Lagerfeuer und speichere da.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why? said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the?
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting?
Oh no.
Who even are you? Take this.
Ein Bossfight? Das habe ich jetzt echt nicht erwartet.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Oh, das war die falsche Taste. Ich wollte das da.
Thank you.
Das hat nicht so ganz geholfen.
I need you, remember?
Kandlon. Nein, das not seem like it. Ich treffe den ja halt auch gar nicht.
Stay away from my friend.
Okay.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Ready to go. Dance in the wind. Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Feel like me again.
Ja, der weicht einfach aus.
I'll heal you all. I'll bring you back from death a bit. Hey, this one's mine.
Die.
Lightning orb. Here, let me help.
Ah.
Here's a healing arc. First aid. Searing tempest. And that's here's a lightning.
Take this.
All right, that does it.
Here I go.
Here.
Here, let me help. In here.
Wow.
You'll pay for that.
Here.
Can't end.
Wow. Ja, er hat nichts mehr. Ja, Rimwell, you can do this.
Here.
Die.
Take care of Poodle.
Finished.
Okay. Da sind wir tatsächlich sehr schön vernichtet worden. Ich will mal kurz gucken. Wo ist denn eigentlich der Speicherpunkt?
Something feels
Hier,
off.
okay. Naja gut, dann beende ich's hier. Dann gehen wir doch nicht zum nächsten Gebiet. Ja, der war ein bisschen sehr stark. Naja, dann schaue ich, ja, ich denke mal morgen weiter, wenn ich es hinbekomme. Also, ciao.